Morning. Started up our fuel trailer, filling. Well, we got our new def pump for that trailer, so we can go out and work on putting that on. And I also got a box of snacks that there's no paperwork for. I don't know where them came from. Well, yesterday we went from not having enough help to today all four of us are here and we're going to have all kinds of help. So I think what's going to happen is Phil's going to haul dry corn. I'm going to run the wet corn from the field to the bins here and keep this stuff moving, and Dan and Brock are going to shell, at least for a little while. Well, we're trying to get the dryer going here and moving some stuff. Got our pump changed out. The new one works, so thanks to the people at Boss Trailers getting that to me quickly. Not their fault, but the pump that they didn't manufacture quit working, so appreciate them getting me a new one. Alright, we got a dryer running. We're transferring dry corn out of the bottom of this one. That one there is basically sucked down, empty. And we're loading a truck of dry corn to go out. Dad and Brock are going to start shelling, so I'm just going to watch this transfer some dry corn for a few minutes and get another batch up there, another truckload up there at least, so Phil can keep hauling. Alright, our bottom thing up there is tripped, which means there's a full semi-load up there, so if Phil comes back before I get back, he can load up and go again and we'll keep it filled up. But I'm going to head over to the field. Oh yeah, Dad needed some engine oil. I filled up one of these jugs over here. We're going to take this over to the field and get him good and going and bring a full truck of corn back, hopefully. Alright, we're over here at the field. So I found the edges of the plot. So I had Dad cut through on that first one over there. That was the first one outside the plot. And you can see the greener corn. That's the 112-day stuff over there. And then it comes out right at the end over here. There's a couple of red flags. So it's pretty easy to see that. There is a pass or two. The rows are peeled back a little bit farther from when I was doing the ends and stuff there. So I'm just going to take a glance through some of this while we wait for Brock to get that truck full. And we'll take that one back to the farm and keep trying to dry some corn. What's going to end up happening here is we have no wet storage because Phil's using the overhead to haul dry corn out. And so we're going to end up waiting on dryers and be a little bit slow today. It might give me opportunity to run this plot. I was thinking I was going to wait until tomorrow to do it. But if we're waiting on dryers and stuff, this takes a while, and that'd be a good thing to knock off while we're waiting around. So, I don't know. So all of this is not part of the plot. We'll get that done here reasonably easy. Gonna be kind of fun to see what does well out here in the plot. If I had to guess right now, I think this 12U11 is gonna be right at the top there. Got some tar spot on it. Came in really late though. I don't think it affected the yield. This one, there's 108-day 08U00. I think should do really well. Generally the fuller season stuff is gonna probably be better than the early stuff, but we'll see. This 103-day that we're running here is pretty good corn. It's been working good. We've got a bunch of 110 days in here that might show up and do really well as well. So I haven't seen a whole lot of corn plot data yet, especially from up north here. I've seen some from more central and southern Ohio, but this will be one of the first corn plots to get done in our geography. Here's that 108-day, that 08U00, and those are some beauties of some ears. Now look at that. Kernel growing on the tip. Those are win the county fair type ears right there. Just gorgeous looking stuff. Nice. I like this hybrid a lot. I've sold a bunch of it. We're going to continue to plant and sell a bunch of that one. Comes our grain cart. I don't know if he's got enough to fill the truck. Yeah, he should have enough to fill the truck. Be pretty close anyway. 2 rounds fills the truck, just about, in half-mile rows. Pretty good corn here. That grain cart unloads fast. If you got a full cart, you can load a truck in less than 2 minutes. There are faster ones, there are bigger ones, I get it, but it's fast enough and big enough for us, I know that. full. Should I take this or not? Nah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna need a full truckload to fill the next dryer. This won't do it. Unloading our first truck here. Just started to burn her up on the little dryer, so that one holds about a semi-load. It just one truck pretty well fills that one up. So this one here should be done in about an hour. That holds a truck and a half. But yeah, I started it up before we quite had it full. That's okay. We start putting a little heat up there, finish filling it, and then keep transferring dry corn into the overhead. Uncle Jack's here now, so he can watch that transfer while I go back and get the next truck. I think the big fan, the big bin dryer just kicked out, or the burner, so it's got a little bit of cool time, and then we can dump it and reload. Loading! Dry corn out. Dumping the dry corn out of this dryer. The top here, you can kind of see that false floor now that's got perforations through it so the hot air can blow up through here. There's some chutes, there's one intermediate there, and then at the bottom of everything that lets that corn flow down through there. Alright, well, by the time we make it down, it'll be empty. Now we start filling it again, going in there, up the leg, down the downspout, and I cranked up them chutes so that the corn can't fall out of them. So we've got a light, there's a rotary paddle switch in there that it spins real slow, and then once the corn gets to it, it stops spinning and it triggers a light and a buzzer down here. That's how we know when it's full. All right, the bin's getting, the dryer's getting about full, so we're gonna go ahead and fire this up here. There are controls out here. How many hours do we have? 5:49, we'll need to write that down. Hit the start button and listen to it roar. Blow some heat. I think we're gonna go eat lunch. We should have enough corn sitting around to fill the small dryer when it's done anyway. Then we can go back and shell some more and keep things moving. Okay, we just got back from lunch. That dryer should be done within about a half an hour or so. There's a half an hour left on the timer. If the temperature gets up before that, it'll shut down a little early. But I brought our empty DEF tote from Waldron. The place that we exchange totes with is down here to Berkey. So I'm gonna go take this empty one to them, get a full one. Dad and Brock just went back to the field. They're gonna keep shelling. We had the one truck empty. This other truck here is still about a third full, and that's what we had left in it when we got done loading the other dryer. So as soon as the small one is done, we'll be able to get that empty and we can fill stuff up again, but it's just gonna be slow going this afternoon, it looks like. All right, that dryer is done. I just got it dumped. We're gonna finish emptying this truck. We gotta hurry up and get back over to the field there. I'm sure that they're gonna be waiting on an empty truck, so. Apparently I took too long. Dad and Brock left with the other truck. I had it full and had the grain cart reasonably full, so. We're gonna empty it, put it on this truck and take it back, and then they'll hopefully get the other truck emptied, and yeah. It's just slow today. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, I don't know where we left off, but we're filling the big dryer again. It's the third batch of the day that we're just getting ready to start. We probably don't have enough wet corn to actually fill it. So I think we're gonna have to go over and make a couple rounds and then come back. Phil is on his last load of dry corn, so he'll be back around to help run stuff, and we can use the overhead for wet corn here in a little bit. Plus we get that third truck back, which will be nice. And Brock had to go home, so he's gone. So as soon as this is empty, Dad and I are gonna go shell. I'll run the cart for a little bit. We'll get a couple of rounds, enough to finish that, filling that dryer, so we can get it started. The key here at Berkey is keeping the dryers running as much as possible. We need a little bit of corn to top the dryer off, so we're gonna get that here. Probably just fill a truck and then take that back, get the dryer started, and then we'll come back over here. I'm thinking about when we come back doing this plot. This is the plot here. I had a set of end rows through the middle here, so Dad kind of has cut that out. We're trying to get the rest of it done. It's not part of the plot. Won't all go on one truck, but if we could get both of those things done tonight, I would be feeling really good. I don't know if we can do that or not, but we're we're gonna try here. So, yeah, I think there's 16 entries in the plot. Looks right. 4 planter passes. It'll take a little while, but not terribly long. We could get it done tonight. We got this truck full, so we're gonna go get that dryer started. Dad's got just a round to finish up with those long rows, and then all that's left here is the plot. So he's gonna do that. He can make the full round. Just unload it onto the grain cart, and then he's gonna bring the 7520 with that mower back, because I think he is going to finish spreading our gypsum for us while I come over here and do that corn plot. That'll work. So like I said, Dad's gonna spread out this gypsum here, so I'm gonna get the tractor started up and everything ready to go for him. He's never done any fertilizer spreading, but everything's adjusted and set up right, so he doesn't have to really do anything. Just jump in here and go and make sure you're in the right spot, which the auto steer will do. So as long as I get it all set up right. All right, well, he should be good. Let's go run a corn plot. We are getting started with this plot here. So there are 16 entries. I don't have enough bags. That's going to be my trouble. As I thought I had all of the bean bags I had brought back, but I thought they were in that bag and they're not. So I don't know if they're in my truck or what the deal is. Anyway, we'll do what we can here, and just I can come up with 8, so we can do it in 2 groups if we have to. Starting with a 99 day here, 99M87, 99M49. New corn for us this year. We'll see if it's any good. Typically, the earliest corns don't do the best in the plot, so I don't expect this to be setting the world on fire here, but we're gonna shell them off 6 rows at a time, weigh them through our grain cart. I'm gonna take a sample, put it in a plastic bag. We'll take those back to the grain shed there and run them through our moisture tester and everything to get all of that information. We'll write everything down. I made a note. We got a list, all the hybrids, so that we can write everything on here and keep good records. We'll knock this out. Shouldn't take terribly long, but it is certainly slower than just going and shelling corn. Here's our 03 U08. This is the hybrid that the rest of the field has been. It's definitely shorter than what it's next to, which I think is a 106 day. Pretty sure that we jumped from the 103 to the 106. There's a couple other numbers that didn't make this plot. One thing to note about short hybrids, which we talked about yesterday, short hybrids in plot situations typically don't do the best because they have a little bit of shading effect from the rows next to it. Now, I don't know that that's super significant, especially with a 6-row plot. It could affect the outside rows or 2 on each side if there's really tall hybrids next to it. Maybe. Sometimes that's just an excuse, but if this hybrid does really well in spite of that, it's kind of a flex. So we'll see how it does. The one over here, the one we just did, was 101 day. It was the best one so far weight-wise. We'll see when we get moistures and everything, but it had 150 pounds more than the next closest one, so that one did well. This one is our first of 2 competitors. It's standing well. It's a very leafy hybrid. We'll see how it yields here, or how it compares weight-wise. I don't know if there's good one way or the other on it so far. It's got some green on it yet. I am out of containers. I've used my Pringles cans. I've got my beef stick bag that was empty, and we're gonna put one into my pitcher that I've been taking samples with, and we're gonna have to go test these. So Phil is on his way over with a pickup to get me and my samples. We'll go test what we got, bring some empty bags back, and finish it. I think we've got 5 or 6 more to go here. So we're running all these samples one at a time through our tester, saving the bags so we can take them back. So far, the moisture's ranged from 18 to 22, almost 23, so that will affect the yields because we got to correct the moisture back to 15% or 15.5, and you know, just because it was heavier doesn't necessarily mean it yielded better if it was wetter as well. Make sense? Test weight was good on that one. At 18.8 moisture, be over 57 test weight. That's really good. Controversial comments of the day. I am absolutely of the opinion that test weight is totally irrelevant and does not matter at all in raising corn crop. That said, it's nice to have good test weight. All right, we're gonna take our bags and go back over and finish that plot up. I think we might as well open up the other field and show a little bit more, so we'll see what Phil wants to do. But I'm gonna take the fuel trailer over there. We need def in the tractor, fuel and def in the combine. Since we got that pump fix, we can do that. This one is my old standby favorite, 11V76. I love this corn. It's been fantastic for us for a long time. So 2 more after this. An old 112 and a new 112. The new 112 did awesome last year, so we'll see how they shake out this year, but just about got this one wrapped up. This one here is the older 112 day. This is 12S75. I don't expect a great showing from this one because it's one weakness. The one thing that this hybrid can't handle is late season drought stress. And for the 2nd year in a row, we've had pretty severe late season drought stress. This hybrid is awesome early, comes out of the ground really, really good, has excellent emergence, vigor, color. It just looks great early, all season really, but it has a very long extended grain fill period and relies on getting a big, heavy kernel. And when you stress it during that grain fill period, like we did this year and last year, it loses its top end. So I don't expect that one to win it. That is part of the reason why we plant a range of different maturities and hybrids, and we don't put all our eggs in one basket. Because had we gotten 2 inches of rain at Labor Day, that probably would have won the plot. But we didn't. So it's not going to. Or at least I don't think it's going to. All right, the plot is done. We'll have to go finish testing those samples when we get a chance to do it. But we're going to shell and fill everything up here tonight. Open up this other field here. Let's see. I got the combine fueled up, got def in it. Phil got the tractor done, so we'll get over here. We'll get our field and stuff changed in the monitor once we pull out of this one and into this one. And we'll see what we can do. We're down to 60 plus 13, 70 some acres to go. It's not impossible to think that we could get it done tomorrow. It would take a heck of a day, but it is not impossible. All right, we are opening up some endros here. Gonna take a little while. We've got 3 trucks here, although one's gotta be at least half full from the plot there. And the grain cart will probably just fill all that stuff up and then quit for the night here. I'm gonna jump on a TikTok live stream, so we'll check in with you guys when we're finishing up. All right, last pass of the night here. The trucks are full. Cart's not gonna be clear full, but it was kind of our even break here where we're getting this block done, so we're gonna call it right here for the night. I imagine Phil's gonna take a truck back to the farm. I got my pickup here in that fuel trailer, so I'm probably gonna take that. We'll leave the full truck sit here, and we'll have corn to get started drying in the morning. We'll let the combine clean out here and shut everything down for the night. Okay, see that tractor? That's a manure tanker. They're hauling hog manure. He was running before we got here this morning. And they're still running after dark. Like, he has been hauling manure, tanker load after tanker load all day. Anyway, we're going to take that truck back to the farm. I'm going to take my pickup in the fuel trailer. Phil thinks we need to leave it down here in case we need to fuel up the generator. So I'm going to go and take it down over there. And then he wants to come back and get one more of the trucks so that they're at the farm so that we can get the dryer started first thing in the morning. And then we'll keep shelling. I'm going to look and see how many acres we've got left to do. There's a slight chance that we could finish it tomorrow before it rains. That would be awesome. 62. We have 62 acres left to do here at Berkey. That's definitely doable in a day. The question is, can we dry the corn fast enough, move it fast enough? Do we have enough storage for it? I think we will, but I don't know that. We're gonna have to transfer a bunch of corn in the morning, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, thanks for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And we'll be back at it tomorrow and see what we can get done. I imagine Dad will be down, so he'll probably be in the combine. I'll probably be in the grain cart, which is fine. Probably try and do a YouTube live stream tomorrow at some point. Might do a TikTok one as well. I don't know. My TikTok live tonight was quite lively. Had over 800 viewers at one point, which is crazy. They're fun. So anyway, have a great night, everybody. If you have any questions, I already did that. Like, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow.